refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running toes. They gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
This man doing this.
Filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Woo! Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. The love and support. Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm excited about today's episode. We got all NBA action for y'all today. Got to talk about 4 teams in particular. 3 of them are in the chat. We got to talk about Orlando Magic ceiling. We got to talk about the New York Knicks ceiling, the Sacramento Kings ceiling, and the Miami Heat ceiling. All right. But before we get into that, I got 2 of my bros with me. Oh, yeah, by the way, shout out to Lambo and Low on the intro. Probably the best intro in any sports network, sports show. But I got 2 of my bros with me. 2 of my bros, Davey Dollars, good dub. You know, I know he's excited. They got to win, you know, against my Sacramento Kings. No beam is lit today. But I also got Mr. Get Done, son, Tomo. How y'all doing, fellas?
I mean, how you feeling, man? I mean, I'm good, but I watched that episode of King's Talk, man. AKA, come on, man.
That's exactly what that was. That was definitely a great episode last night. If you didn't see King's Talk, go look at it. It was a really good episode last night. What should I say? Early this morning.
Man.
But yeah, definitely a good win yesterday. Without some of our best players, so that was a good win. Just shows exactly the depth that we have and what my expectations are for the rest of the second half of the season. But I'm excited. I'm excited about today because I feel a lot better than I have the last 2 days. So I'm more excited than normal. We got some really good topics to talk about today. Like Joe said, we got to talk about the Disney World Orlando Magic. You know, we got to talk about the New York Knicks. You know, with the Timbs and everything. You know, then we got to talk about the Kangs. The Kangs in Sacramento, and then of course the flaming Miami Heat. So, you know, just not that flaming. I don't know. I see your face, Tomo.
No, it was a net in the house. I was trying to see if that was a fly. I was trying to make sure.
I know what you're looking at.
Man,
yeah,
yo,
but
I knew it.
Hey, he called it a trap game, but he also said he expected them to play better. So. Bring out the brooms. Bring out the brooms. But yeah, let's turn up. It's Tuesday, so let's turn up on Tuesday. Let's get the show started.
Turn me up.
Do your thing, Jody.
Yeah, I get it, Dave. You know, you can't bring out the Bruins in college, so you had to bring it to the NBA. But look, that's all I gotta say is
professional means a lot more. You know? Professional means more. You know, I guess you got to find you win somewhere, huh? Don't you, Joe?
All right, so whoa, I can hear myself talking. What's going on? All right, but look, make sure y'all like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like this video on 3 platforms. I think I'm on King's Talk. 3 platforms: Facebook, X, and YouTube. We are streaming on 3 different platforms. Make sure y'all share this video on all 3 platforms, subscribe, and follow on all 3 platforms. Use the comment section. We can see all the comments that we'll be putting out throughout the show. We appreciate the communication. Shout out to Carl being the first comment, and he spoke straight facts. I did call it a track game, even though I celebrated it prematurely on the show. Hopefully, you didn't see that yesterday. And listen, if you go to the bottom right corner of the comment section, you will see a $sign, and then you click that $sign, you pick a dollar amount, and you put a super chat in. Guess what? No matter what's going on, me and Dave could be arguing about last night's game. No matter what's going on, Tomo could be going off and Jordan Poole. We're gonna hit the hold up button, and we're gonna stop everything. There it is. We're gonna stop everything we doing. All right. And we're gonna give you the shot. We're gonna put your comment on the screen and actually read it and respond. All right. A lot of these comments we see sometimes we pick and choose, but this one we gotta read it and respond. All right. So, because you know why? We appreciate all the donations and again.
Donations, gifts.
And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tombo, the floor is yours. I'm gonna pass it to D.
And I was going to leave the time out there. Yeah.
Hey man, it would be like the Warriors, you know, when they was creating that dynasty, you know, a solid victory. But who would be Draymond? I think I would be Draymond in this situation because I'm always finding a way to stay on suspension. It's crazy, crazy. But month almost over, y'all. I feel like Draymond. I'm about to get back in the game. You know, it's about to turn up. Hey Ty, your fellow officer is back, man. Starting March. But outside of that, let's get back to some basketball. You know, we got to talk about Disney. You said
Orlando Magic.
She's about to say a whole new world. But we got to talk about the ceiling, man. I know RBO Vaughn going to look at this and be like, hey, hold up, man. What y'all doing? Because I seen Tay say something in the chat already saying y'all about to talk about the best team in the NBA.
Oh, my God.
That's per Orlando Magic fan, not me. So folks in the comments, don't kill me. I'm just telling you what happens in the chats. We'll explain that later. But we got to talk about what's the ceiling for the Orlando Magic. I mean, they just beat the Pistons, coming off a loss to the Hawks. 8th in the East right now. Where can that team go? I would start with you, Dave, because, you know, it's a Florida thing. But I'm going to start with Joe because he got the energy. You know, Joe was up this morning live reporting about the Kings. So we're going to start with Joe.
Kings.
All right. Orlando Magic. So, first of all, they're the 8th seed. They're in the play-in right now. What is Paulo trying? All right. So I know he stopped you from traveling to Wingstop. But so Orlando is 8th seed right now. And far as their ceiling, so Orlando Magic is a young team. Obviously, they've gotten better this year. Paulo has been showing flashes of I can carry this team to a victory. You know, he only averaging 22 points a game. Jonathan Isaac has been healthy for the most part. Yeah, he's a great defensive player. I think he will be a key piece in the playoffs. Suggs has been having a good year also offensively and defensively. So this, but you know, Markelle Fultz's been hurt. You know, so when I look at this team, I see they ceiling. You know, it's all about matchup. Obviously, it depends because they're the 8th seed. They will have to match up with right now how it's looking. Either Celtics, Cleveland, or the Bucks. All right. And I gotta give it to you, man. I got them being the one and done exit. All right. But their ceiling is getting to the playoffs. Let me say that. Getting to the playoffs, they ceiling, which I think would be a big plus for them, you know, getting that experience. But it depends on, you know, your matchup depends on how your experience is, right? I think if they play the Bucks first round, you know, the experience, I don't know. I feel like they will gain more. None of these teams for real in the top 3. I feel like I just think they just get in the playoffs, they'll get the experience. But yeah, I'll say one and done. I don't see them beating the Celtics, obviously. Cavaliers, I mean, they'll have a shot, but the Cavaliers, you know, they got Donovan Mitchell. He's been there, done that in the playoffs. You know, so, but the Cavaliers can get got too. But I don't know. Orlando's just a young team. They're unproven. They need that playoff experience. It's a different ball game in a 7-game series. And not just the players, a coach. This would be the coach, the young coach first time in the playoffs too. So I'm going to go with, especially Cleveland after last year, how they performed in the first round. They got to redeem themselves after that performance against the Knicks. All right. So I'm going to say first round exit. The first round. It's a 7.
I agree with you. Go ahead, Dave. No, I was like, go ahead. We was on the same time.
Yeah, I agree with Joe. First round exit. I don't really see. Um, I don't see a scenario. Well, I'll say this: I don't see a scenario where they beat one or two. I think the Bucks might be their best chance, just because the Bucks, you know, defensively aren't as good as they should be. Um, of course, because some of their best defenders are gone. I know we always bring up Drew Holiday, but we forget that it's a player that plays for the Phoenix Suns that was also a good defensive player who used to play for Duke. Um, he is another good defensive piece that is no longer there, and I know a lot of people don't like him because he fouls a lot. He be tripping people up, but he's a good defender at the end of the day. So that's two defensive pieces that are gone, and you replace it with Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard is a scorer, but we know he ain't a defender whatsoever. And then also this team has had a head coaching thing to deal with in Milwaukee. But yeah, you're right, Carl. The dirty Dookie.
All
Um,
just sending shots everywhere.
he do. But hey, look, Grayson Allen deserves to be called dirty. If you've seen everything what he's done in basketball. Um, But Orlando Magic, they have some really good players to be able to match up well against the Bucks. But I just don't see a scenario where they can actually get it done because I feel like the Milwaukee's offense would be a little bit too much. And who they got to stop Giannis?
Yeah, y'all gonna be a problem.
So I don't see anyone being able to stop them. So first round, I mean, if they get to a fifth seed or something like that, then maybe they got an opportunity to get
Yeah.
to get in the second round. But where they stand right now, I don't see it.
Well, I mean, this is a clean slate, one and done. I feel the same way about this Orlando team, but this Orlando team kind of reminds me of this Kings team, and I think Vaughn said it. I don't know if he said it on the show or if he only said it in the chat as well. But them getting in the playoffs, it would be the right exposure. They have had some national televised games, but I think they had like one or two, right? I think Paolo the
Oh
only
yeah,
like
probably one.
yeah,
That's it.
I think they had one, right? They're not really getting the hype that a first round pick should get. And
Nope.
them getting in the playoffs, and then if they do match up, let's say it is the Celtics. Of course, the Celtics gonna bring ratings because it's the Celtics. Also, I think they can get Cleveland.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying about Donovan Mitchell, but I think they can get Cleveland. If they play it right, they can get Cleveland. A couple travel calls that don't get called, the same way they did with the Pistons, they can get Cleveland. But they just need the exposure right now. They're a young core. The chemistry is getting there. Paulo is advancing. I wouldn't say he's top 5 player yet. I do like that Vaughn jumped out on the ledge and said that last year, but he is kind of showing that he's progressing each year. Um, the coaching as well. He would need that experience also. So it's going to be ceiling, playoffs, the basement for me. I would say the play in, and hopefully they don't get in the play in. But yeah,
Tom, I agree. I wrote down the Cavs after I spoke, and I'm like, yo, they actually match up well with the Cavs. Paulo would be a mismatch. I mean, they would have to put Evan Mobley on him, but he could take Evan Mobley outside of the paint and bring him out
yep.
into the perimeter. And Donovan Mitchell, their star power are their guards. You know what I mean? And like I said, they got Jalen Suggs, who's a really good defender, who's going to bother Donovan Mitchell. And Donovan Mitchell tends to have these poor shooting games. You know what I mean? So like he be having these games, he's shooting like 25%. You know, so they can get them. And like and the East is tight right now between between the 4th seed and the 8th seed. It's literally a 3.5 game difference. And the Knicks been sliding. We know that they posted in the chat since they had a podcast, right?
1-5.
Yeah, there it is. So Orlando Magic could match up with a Knicks or a Philly or Miami Heat, Indiana Pacers. All right. Now Miami Heat is where we won't get to Miami Heat, but so yeah, man, they can make us to the second round. I'm going to change my answer because all depends on matchup. We talking about ceiling, right? So the ceiling can be a second round exit. So I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say second round exit.
Yeah, that's kind of sort of I was alluding to, kind of sort of, and then in the end of my soliloquy, at the end, but depending on where they end up at, they can definitely get to the second round.
Because they can beat the Pacers,
Mm-hmm.
right? in a 7-game series. They can beat Philly in a 7-game series, even with Embiid, because that's just how Philly is, man. Like Philly has to prove himself to me. Like Embiid has to up his level in the playoffs. I don't care how good he's doing in the regular season. If he comes back, he has to show me in the playoff. He only had one playoff year that looks like Embiid, and that was that year they lost to Toronto in Game 7. So, yeah. So second round. Let's say second round exit.
Yeah, nah. It reminds me of the Wizards that year when they made the playoffs, and everyone was like, "Yeah, this team, they're just happy to be here," and they actually beat. I think they played the Bulls. No, it was the Raptors. They played the Raptors that year, and they beat the
Swept them.
Raptors. Yeah, and everybody was like, "Wait a minute, what
I
team
remember
is
that.
this?" So yeah, Orlando, it could be a sneaky team to get in there. Now, what would be funny is if Orlando go on a little run. I ain't gonna say how far, but it would be funny.
Hey, Carter, I know you probably like, what we got? We got you next time, all right? We got you next time.
Yeah, we definitely do. So I think we all in agreement here. Like second round, maybe first round exit. Either way is good exposure for this team. You know,
Playoff
get
team.
some
Yeah,
playoffs.
playoff team for sure.
Yeah, definitely agree there. That's a big jump coming from where they were. And also, I forgot, Joe, a part of last year when it was me and Ty, Bob was in that conversation
It
also.
was.
Look, another team that just jumped. The Bulls is trying to fight for a playoff spot. It's a lot going on, man. Carl, our future is bright, man. Let's be happy about that. Outside of the bad stuff that happened to y'all the last 2 games.
Yeah, I was gonna mention this. With the healthy Embiid, I don't think the Magic beat them at all. I don't think they beat them at all.
Look at Joe.
I mean,
Now, if Embiid's not there, then they got a really good chance. But
I mean,
Embiid there,
I'm picking the Sixers for sure. But if the Sixers would have dropped the ball, I'm not gonna be like, what are you?
I would be if it was.
I ain't gonna be
I
surprised.
would be surprised in the first round, second round. Then no, I wouldn't be surprised because they don't really get past the second round. So that's the issue with Philly.
Oh god, that hurt. Man, we talking basketball, but you know what I mean. All right, let's talk about the other shows on the network, man. Oh man.
Let's get it, man. We're gonna run through this, man. Speaking of, look at my man Teddy show right on time, right? Listen, man, we got different shows on the network. Obviously, you're watching the R2L show with myself, Dave, and Tomo. But we also got a baseball show. All right, where we go? Here we go. There we go. We got a baseball show, Baseball with Teddy. All the baseball content from Refuse to Lose Sports go through this show, Teddy. By the way, all these shows I'm going to mention, they have their own YouTube account. So whatever the name you see right here, just add it in YouTube, and then you will see it. All right. We got Carl talking college. Carl's in the comments. Also, CT live. Look, there you go. CTC is live around 5:30. By the way, all right, that's what he said. So all the college basketball and college football talk through Refuse to Lose goes through CTC. Make sure you check out his YouTube channel. All right, we got fantasy football with Coach Coombs, FFC. All right, obviously football is taking a minor break right now, so he's literally in Disney. I know we made fun of Atlanta Magic. He's in Disney right now, having a blast. And but when March 13 come around, free agency, the NFL draft in April, he will be picking it back up, talking about football, and then when the season starts, he'll be giving you fantasy ranks leading up to the fantasy football leagues, stuff like that. So make sure you gotta check out FFC. We got Real Ballers Only with RBO. As you can see, the Orlando Magic colors, right? Von's an Orlando Magic fan, and he gonna love what we said, probably, right? But make sure you check out Real Ballers Only. He had a great episode yesterday. Oh man, you gonna love it. All right, especially when you see the beginning. He had a great episode yesterday. Make sure you gotta tune into that every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 noon. You can look out for this show. All right, like I said, RBO, check it out. It's on YouTube channel. We got In the Red Corner, boxing content. All your boxing content comes through these guys. We got Fast Camp Tony, Ricky, and Ty. They just had an episode last Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. They have an episode on every other Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then right after, they go on Instagram and have a live after party. All right. So anybody can come on and actually give their 2 cents about what they just talked about on the show. All right. So make sure y'all tune in today, YouTube channel. Hey, we got the guy saying right here. We got Dave's Doghouse. Love the show. So look, y'all, you could be an athlete. You could be a player. You could be a coach, commentator, sports writer, journalist, right? You could be a guy in the meeting like us, right? It could be your dog. It could be a cat. It don't matter who it is. If you say something wild, you act wild, you do something crazy, you underperform in your duties, then you go in the doghouse, all right? And guess what? But it's a bright side to it. If you do good, even if you're in the doghouse, if you do good, all right, you perform well, you give a good take, you say something nice, I don't know. they'll take you out of the doghouse or just put you in the yard with the other dogs. All right. So shout out to Dave Doghouse. He just had an episode also last week. He got one coming up in a couple of days. I'm assuming, right? Maybe Thursday.
Tomorrow, 7 p.m.
There it is. You heard it from the man himself. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Tune into
And
the next episode.
my brother will be on as a guest.
Okay. Let's get it. All right. So there it is. Oh yeah, UConn. You lost to Creighton. But and last but not least, we got Kings Talk. All right. Like they said, episode just dropped at what 12:35 a.m. in the morning today, Eastern time. So make sure you gotta tune into that. It's straight Sacramento Kings Talk. I just give a rundown after every single game. Any news of the Kings that comes up, I talk about. So make sure you gotta tune into those on their own YouTube channel. Tomo, floor is yours.
Man, my man ran through that like an infomercial. So, I mean, we talked about the Orlando Magic, and we kind of briefly touched on the Knicks just a little bit about another team that could potentially be on a run, or they had a decline after doing a podcast. It's real funny that after players do a podcast, things don't really go the way they need it, right? Shout out to Mike and Doc. But we got to talk about the New York Knicks ceiling. This is one of those teams that everybody had high hopes on last season. Well, not a lot of high hopes, but some high hopes after they got Jalen Brunson. But then it also sparked a whole debate on R2L about Julius Randle. They got that serious with the Knicks, and the next thing you know, Julius Randle goes to the playoffs and did what? Flopped, choked, flopped, got smoked. All the lingo that you can use, it didn't help right after the debate. It's like, come on, man, we build you up, and then you just let us down. Kind of like a New York. Never mind. After losing to the Heat, Hart tackling people. That's what I meant to talk about. Hart. My man Carl beat me to it because I was going to talk about it. Hart out there. The Knicks is just tackling. They playing football. They playing better football than the Giants. They found a way to beat the Pistons last night. Monty Williams going off. I know he's going to get that FedEx letter saying this was the worst call in NBA history. And it was like 3 or 4 missed calls that they made, but still gave the ball to the Knicks. Again, we got to talk about the ceiling or the basement. And for me, the ceiling with this Knicks team, because they are getting healthy. Like they are falling, but it's one of those things where they got to build the chemistry back up. So once they fully get healthy, I can see this team possibly making the conference finals. They're 4th in the East right now. Like you said, the East is tight, but maybe I'm having one of those moments like I did last year where I was like, they could beat the Heat and then they go out there and just lose to the Heat again. But looking at it right now with some of the pieces that they got, the chemistry gets there, they can make the conference finals. The basement, semifinals.
Dave? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say Joe, but you
me?
just talk. So go ahead, Dave. Nah, you just gave us the infomercial, so go ahead, Dave.
Okay.
Yeah, we are in agreement. I do think that their ceiling is conference finals, simply because of the way that Jalen Brunson has been playing this season. He's been playing out of his mind, and in a few games this season. And even though Julius Randle was hurt, this Knicks team still has played well, other than the last 6 games where they've been 1-5 since they started their new podcast. So I think maybe they need to relax on the podcast and not be Michael Parsons and just relax on the podcast and just go ahead and play basketball. But hey, I mean, it's their choice. Maybe they get out of this funk and be able to make a run. But I do think that having OG, Anunoby now with the team, and then having Bojan, then they got the other guy they got in the trade with the Pistons who played with them before.
He has scored too. Burks.
Yeah. So I think they got all the pieces that they needed to be able to make a run. All they need now is for Julius Randle to get healthy and for them to actually start winning because of this podcast and stop losing. So, but I definitely think that they do, because Jalen Brunson is one of the most underrated point guards in the league, and he has Alec Burke, but he has an opportunity to do something that the Knicks haven't seen in a while, and that's make a run in the playoffs. This Knicks team hasn't been good since Carmelo Anthony left, and we know that was a while ago. So so they got an opportunity to do something that hasn't been done for a while now. Basement is second round exit. I still think they'd be able to at least get out of the first round. But it also depends on who they play.
True.
But I think they'll be able to get out of the second round at least.
They were good last year.
They were, but what I'm saying is Well, yeah, you're right. You're right.
But I
You're right.
say Carmelo ain't never got the second round with this team.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Roy
But what I'm
Hibbert,
saying is,
block.
what I'll say is the hype around the team wasn't as big until they got Melo because they had Melo and Martin Stoudemire. So
Yeah, they
more
had
so
a
that.
superstar.
But yeah, they were definitely good last year. They just ran into Miami Heat.
I
But
knew
so my thing is this. I agree that their ceiling is a conference finals. If I'm the New York Knicks, I feel like I would walk into the playoffs like we could beat any of these dudes except for the Celtics. So I look at it. I feel like they can beat anybody in the East except for the Celtics. You know, with all the pots and pans and water running, you know what I mean? But
No, that's them in the doghouse. If you want to be in the doghouse, that's what life is like in the doghouse.
you know, uh somebody ain't pay for their bill. All right. I gotta wash them dishes.
Hey,
But
hey, Teddy, Jovan getting some water. You said he not supposed to, but I guess they.
all right. So they got some dogs on their team. You know, you got Josh Hart, you got DiVincenzo, who has been a huge pickup for them. You got OG. Jalen Brunson's a dog, Julius Randle. So the good thing about this team is they won't rely highly on Julius Randle offensive production to get them over the hump because Jalen Brunson has taken this level to another new level. Jalen Brunson's playoff run last year was really good against the Cavaliers. He was okay. He was just him, but against the Miami Heat, he took it to a new level. So I like right now he's averaging 27 a game. I wouldn't be surprised if Jalen Brunson is averaging 30 a game in the playoffs. I could see him upping his scoring in the playoffs. So Julius Randle is like not say it's an afterthought, but he's not going to be relied on as much. And yeah, I like the Knicks. You know they're gonna play rough with Thibodeau as a head coach. Like I said, and I look at the standings, the only team I look at and say they're not beating is the Celtics. I think they could beat anybody else in the East. So I would say Eastern Conference Finals.
Me and J-Mo here with that comment because I was gonna say out of all the players you named, also adding Bogdanovich is a big move too. 'Cause I remember when he was with the Wizards. I remember when he was with the Pistons. Like he just and the Pacers. Like he just known to hit a three when you need it, and he can get hot. Probably give you a quick 15 points. So that's something that the Knicks need also.
And he could score all with the ball in his hands, and
Yep.
he's an underrated passer too,
Yep.
Bogdanovich, right? And he's a great shooter. So Alec Burke too is a shooter. I mean a scorer.
And Alec Burks is a really good defender too.
They got some, yeah, man.
Alec Burks, used to play for Utah Jazz, and he was a really good defender with them. So they got enough on their team, and you can't forget about OG Anunoby. I mean, we know what he's been doing since he got there. So
yeah, man, OG's a huge go.
I think the biggest question is Randall. What is he going to do in the playoffs? Is he going to step up, or is he going to choke like he did last year? I think that's the only thing.
But even if he do choke, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like Dipper don't have to put his big boy pants on and say, "Hey, man, we got sit him, man. You got OG, and you can put
Tibbs run his stars to the ground. He did that when he was in Chicago with Derrick Rose.
But he run his stars to the ground to the point where like he played too many minutes. It wasn't like I'm gonna play you no matter how your performance is. It's more so like, like why are they in the game so much? You know? So come on, Derrick Rose up by 30. Why is he in the game still? Like, the heck?
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
The hell was stupid. But yeah, I like the Knicks team. I like they rough. They're a playoff basketball team, and they got better. So let's get it.
I know a few of them players are happy they did make those trades, so they could be like I said there. Whew, maybe Thibodeau can let us rest a little bit, man. Maybe give us 3 minutes instead of the 1 minute, on the bench that he would give his players. But if you want to hear us talk more about who's gonna drop 30 or who's gonna drop 40 in these playoffs, you gotta join the chats. Dave, tell us about them chats, man.
Man, so we have chats on Instagram. These chats, you pretty much get all the latest news here first. No matter what it is, no matter what team it is, no matter what sport, I'm pretty much giving you all the news. And if it's not me, for other personal or business reasons, you got Joe. So the news is getting out there as much as possible. And we have other people that report for the old teams like Ty and Teddy. So we got some teams that actually report for known teams, and then we got
Kev.
Mr. RBO himself, who's been putting out some basketball news as well. So those chats, these are all on Instagram. This is not anywhere else. It's only on Instagram right now. We may move it somewhere else, but only on Instagram at this moment. So we got NBA mixing with the WNBA. As you know, WNBA starts in like a good 75 days. So make sure you pay attention to WNBA. Shout out to Kyler Charles.
Mhm.
We got the NFL chat. You know, it's off-season talk right now. Like Joe said, free agency starts March 13th. Some people are already getting tagged. Like T. Higgins just got tagged, but basically 22 million for a year. So you got that. Then you got Major League Baseball. All season spring training has already started. Some spring games already started. The Yankees have been, playing well in spring. So is the Red Sox, but it's spring training, so I don't care. Then you got college football. With the Michigan reigning champions, now they got a lot of their players that are going into the draft. I think they have the most players that got invited to the NFL Combine since 2003. So you got that.
Stay away, Dallas. Stay away. Go ahead.
And then you got college basketball, men and women. Shout out to Juju Watkins and Hannah Hidalgo, who I put as dogs in the doghouse. Two young ladies who've been balling out in college basketball. And then shout out to Wake Forest, who beat Duke at home. So Wake Forest got a really good dub. And take some accountability, Kyle Filipowski.
Please.
And shows hold him to the accountability. And then we have the combat chat with boxing, UFC, and wrestling, but it's mostly boxing that we talk about in there. So Canelo is right now for certainly in the doghouse because he seems to be running away from David Benavidez. But in order to get in these chats, you got to become a member on the show, and you have to wait until that section comes to know what it takes to be a member.
That's good.
Like that. We're gonna get right back. Well, Dave, you did just read the chat, so I'm gonna have to mix this one up a little bit, man. I'm gonna give you a break unless you want to
Nah, I don't need a break. I'm good.
Oh, that's that Miami culture. Look at that. That's that Miami culture. We don't take no breaks. You say it's the off night, we ain't got our players because of suspension. Watch what we do. We're gonna go to Sacramento and get a dub. So I mean,
good transition.
Bam, Jaime, showed off, showed out, killed the beam for one night. Miami Heat stealing. Hey, what's the ceiling for this team?
Same place where we got to last year, the finals. That's the ceiling. Simply because the way that we play, it doesn't matter where our seating is, as long as we catch fire in the playoffs, and we seem to do that almost every single time. The only time that hasn't happened was after COVID. That was the only time we haven't gotten at least of the Eastern Conference Finals. So I'll say I actually by minimum I'll say Eastern Conference Finals just because I know how we can play. But the only thing is, if we played against the Celtics, I don't know what's going to happen. I know last year when we played them, we were the 8th seed, they were the number 1 seed or 2 seed, and we got them up out of there. Got to beat them in 7 games. We won 3-0. They came back 3, and then we beat them at home. Now I know a lot of people say it's because Tatum got hurt in the first play and everything. People forget that Jimmy Butler had an ankle injury since the Knicks series, but he played throughout it. So
he missed like 1 game that series, right?
He did.
Okay, just want to throw that out there for
him. Also, we're just. It seems like this part of the season is when we actually start to catch fire. Is when we actually start to play a lot better. We won 8 of our last 10 games. Bam has been on fire. With his scoring that he's done, we've been 7-2 with him, leading the charge. 12-7 this year without Jimmy Butler. So whether he plays or not, we can actually play pretty well. But the rookie is what's really been surprising me more than likely because I knew he was good, but he's been playing phenomenal this year from what I thought he could do. I thought maybe he could average about maybe like 15, something like that. But he's been games that he's put up 30. Last night he put up 26, shot 70% from the field, and it seemed like he was able to do whatever he wanted last night. And especially in the second half, in the first half he pretty much was chill, but in the second half he put up 20 points in the second half. He had a couple of moves. I know he hit a pump fade over Fox. Then he hit a pump fake on Sabonis in the corner. He drove the ball twice. You know, it didn't matter who was in the paint. He just made sure he went and got a bucket. He's just tough, man. I like the way he plays. He coached for basketball, so it just it's good. And then DeLon Wright, you know, who we got out of the buyout market, is a really good defender. You know, he stepped up last night as well. Then we had Kevin Love, who had 19 off the bench. So our team just plays together no matter what happened. That's what he culture is. It's just playing no matter what, playing good no matter who's on the floor, and just competing. So I think if the way that we play, and we play like exactly we did from what I expect, from what I've seen, we can get to the Eastern Conference Finals or the finals.
That was a steal too when y'all went and got DeLon. Like he
Yeah.
fits the Miami Heat culture. He tried to bring it to the Wizards, but what happened?
Yeah, I mean, his brother played for us, so now we got him.
Yeah, he has like a long wingspan too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can shoot the three, all that, man. Trust me, you got a good player there. Joe, how you feeling, man?
Yeah, I like him too, Dave. He one thing about him, he has size and he has height. And Keegan Murray said in the press conference yesterday, he said, this morning? They asked him about him, and he said, last time I guarded him really was not last time. I guarded him during summer league, and he developed his game so much since summer league. You know, so he said like he had a lot to his bag. He said Miami doing a good job of developing their players over there. But your ceiling is, I agree, NBA Finals. But your floor could be a first round exit.
It could be.
You know, so just like last year. Well, last year your floor was a play-in because you almost
Facts. Facts.
Y'all played the Bulls and they actually swept y'all in the season. Y'all won out in that last second for real. So because right now y'all in the 6th seed, y'all are flying high, but y'all could be playing right now. Y'all matching up with the Bucks, you know. And obviously with Doc Rivers at the helm, we all feel like Miami Heat can get down because they already got the Bucks number. Now Doc Rivers your coach. Come on now, like you gonna give us that too?
People forget that we're actually 2-1 in playoff series against the Bucks too.
Yeah, they only win with the year after the bubble when they weren't playing with their food.
Yep.
But when y'all hurt though?
Yeah, we were injured everywhere, and it was like COVID riddled. So
the bubble was the bubble too though. So we can't.
No, but what I'm saying is it was after the bubble. After the bubble, we were it was COVID riddled. Like everyone that season just had COVID injuries.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. That's when the Warriors won, right? Yeah. So, but I want to say that your ceiling is the finals because y'all are the only team in the East that I see that can beat the Celtics. Literally, I don't see nobody else beating the Celtics. I don't see anybody fully healthy. Cavaliers, Bucks, Knicks, Sixers, Pacers, enjoy that NCAA tournament against Celtics, Magic, Bulls, Hawks, Nets. None of these dudes can beat the Celtics except for y'all.
You said Nets?
Yeah, I just threw them in there.
I was like, come on now. I was gonna say the Wizards.
That's funny.
Yeah, so but y'all, you know, y'all got that heat. Y'all play a brand of basketball which is built for the playoffs. Like people don't realize with Miami Heat, offensively, people are fond about the Spurs in their heyday, the Warriors in their heyday, the ball movement, all that unselfishness. That's Miami Heat in the playoffs. Miami Heat all offensively are really good. With no disrespect, Dave, with average players like Jimmy Butler and Bam. They got heart. That's what it is. They got that culture. But Bam and Jimmy Butler ain't carrying no other team outside of this. Like for real. But like carrier.
I mean, he did help the Minnesota Timberwolves get to the playoffs where they haven't made it in like 12 years.
As an AC,
so he carried that team.
Cat was the best player.
He got them there.
But he didn't carry them.
Yeah, he did.
What? Cat was the best player. Cat was first. He's the all-NBA player.
I'm not serious, Joe. I'm not serious.
Oh, I'm serious. You know, I'm more ready for
his leadership carries him.
Yeah, he
said what?
he does have leadership.
His
Yeah, I
leadership
give you
carried
that.
him.
But I'm talking about his talent is not at the
Nah,
point
nah,
where
nah, nah, nah,
he
nah,
can
nah.
carry guys. But in this Heat
What about the
culture, yeah,
76ers thing?
he wasn't in
He wasn't the best. He was the third option.
Embiid was the best player for sure.
I was just sprinkling in a little, just throwing something
Yeah,
out.
he was the third option. It was Embiid, Ben Simmons, then Jimmy.
But Jimmy Butler brings that. He brings out that he's a perfect guy. He's a
Yeah.
remember we got traded Miami Heat. I mean, well, not remember, but we weren't doing the show. But I was like, I didn't think they'd be good. I'm like, yo, he fits with them. You know what I mean? But I didn't think they'll make it to the finals like they did the first year. But
Nobody thought we would. Everybody
None
thought
of the years they make it.
we
You don't think they're gonna make it.
they thought we would be a first round exit.
which
That's
is
what they thought.
understandable. Jimmy Butler is like, I get it.
They don't know, but it's for one, they didn't factor in the coach that we had either.
There you go.
Carl, leave. Look, we're not
He
talking about
wasn't the driving force.
we're not talking about leadership, like the culture. We're talking about driving force, like the guy who carried them with his skill. Cat was the best player. He wasn't the best player.
Well, this is true too. They did.
That is true. Yes, he brings a culture. Yes, I get that. He brings that. You know what I mean? So he's that guy that's gonna bring that heart to the team. But he wasn't the best player. It was Cat. So, but yeah. So Eastern Conference. Well, no finals. And I don't think y'all gonna whoever come out the West. I don't see y'all winning. Tell you the truth. But
that's what I expect everyone to say that.
So that's your ceiling too, right? Just the finals.
Yeah.
All right. Not winning the finals.
Hold on.
I don't see that right now.
You don't think Miami could get OKC?
OKC ain't going to the finals this year.
Yeah, they're not going to.
You said whoever comes out the West. I'm just throwing teams from the West out there. You said whoever.
Oh yeah, true. I see. I get
it. If it's OKC, yeah, I think
if we doing that, then yeah, they got a chance. But I don't think OKC going to the finals. So like
Timberwolves,
I don't think they're going to the finals either.
You got the Nuggets, don't you?
It's gonna probably be the Nuggets or the Clippers.
I think they can get. I don't know. It'll be a rough one. I think
Clippers is tough.
It'll be a good series. That'll be a good
Clippers
series.
Is tough because we got Kawhi on the other side of the floor.
In the playoffs, bro, like they do all isolation ball, and that's playoff basketball for sure. Like, and like Kawhi is different, dog. And they got a good coach also in Ty Lue.
I know one team y'all would be though, Phoenix Suns. But go ahead.
Yeah, but Suns ain't gonna make it to the finals.
If Bill played, they would. But continue what you had to say, Joe.
I was done.
All right. Well, I mean, I agree with y'all on the ceiling that it is the NBA Finals. Until proven different, the Miami Heat, the ceiling is the finals. Like to see the 180 with Dave, and if you go back and watch the show last year, if you watch the intro, he had nothing good to say about this team at all. So you could say the basement was where they was the play-in. Because he's like, look, they ain't do nothing at the trade deadline.
Shoot, I said it was going to be a first-round exit last year. I said it.
Yeah, it was bad. But they was almost in the four-way competition with the Wizards, Pacers, Orlando Magic, and Bulls. It was like we was all in that big. We was all in one big bubble.
Miami giving you hope.
Nah.
Giving me a heart attack, man.
Yeah, not the Wizards. He wasn't giving me no hope. The Wizards make the finals. While we got these chats, just know it's gonna get crazy. But the basement for me is conference finals. I know y'all say play-in, but I say conference finals. The only way I see them not getting out of the first round is if Jimmy gets hurt. And this team does play better without Jimmy, but that's the regular season. You still need that impact. Granted, they did win one game against the Knicks. However, you talking about more. Hold on, what is he? However, more than one. he definitely did. But yeah, first round without Jimmy, that's the basement. Still in NBA Finals because I like what they got going on there. I'm with y'all.
They could be in the play-in again though.
We're not worried about the Pistons. The Pistons made the finals one and only champion.
I feel like with the injuries that with the 76ers and Knicks, we'll be able to make a run.
Wasn't Rip Hamilton on that Pistons team when they won?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he on the Wizards before that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think the Pistons are making the finals ever again until they get another Wizard. Sorry, Carl.
And it's funny, y'all talking about the Pistons earlier, how they weren't getting no calls.
Forever.
It's the Paulo travel, and then you said Josh.
Bro, he
Man,
got tackled, bro. There's
that
no
was
way that should have been a call. That was a clear foul.
the ref helped the boy up, ran down, and made the call for Josh Hart.
Help the boy up.
That was crazy. I watched the highlight and said, "Nah, he ain't do that." He's like, "Get up, get up, 2 shots." You didn't even see the play.
Yo, they lost by 2 on both games. No, they lost
And
by
Josh
1.
Hart missed the free throw, gets the rebound, get fouled again. I'm like, nah, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
They tanking, bro.
Ain't no way.
They
Ain't no way.
tanking.
The refs taking them. That's what's going on. The refs are taking them.
I saw a
Fix
stat.
it, man.
The stat said Paulo and Luka have the most losses while scoring 30 points. But don't get it twisted. Not Paulo. Cade and Luka has the most 30-point games in the loss. But don't get it twisted. Cade only got 1 win. Luka got more than 1 win. All right, just don't get it twisted. All right.
I ain't gonna lie. After those last 2 games, I feel bad for K and Monty. I'm like, it's not even y'all fault. Like when the team is bad, you can blame, but when you got the refs not even trying to like give a good game, they like, bro, it's time to go home. You're losing.
Yeah, because Paulo clearly traveled.
Man,
That
the
boy
way
did
they
it.
playing, like it's a Wimby coming up. Is there a
That boy
Wimby in
did
the draft?
That boy did a 2-step to hit that jump shot.
Joe.
2-step.
I said that about the Wizards yesterday. He was like, man, the Wizards is tanking. I was like, for what? They a year too late.
I know, y'all.
I don't wait till Wemby go to tank. Like, what's wrong with this team?
Man, y'all ain't got Wimby. I'd have been so happy for you, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
Him, Brandon, I don't care. Either one of them players. But it's just like, what are we tanking for?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. All right, man. I'm about to cry on air. I ain't got time for this. Let's talk about the Kings, man.
It's some good players coming up
Well,
in the
you
draft.
got the women shit to talk about.
We need franchises like the Wizards and the Pacers. I mean, I said Pacers. Pistons. Wizards and the Pistons. We need generational talent to turn this around. Like man. Look, see, I'm so messed up. I wanted to go to the next side. I just wanted to end the show. I ain't even want to talk about it no more. Look, man, become a member, man, so y'all can get y'all jokes off air just like we do, man. You know, you click the link in the description below. You got 3 levels. We got the pro level at $2.99. We got the all-star level at $4.99. We got the superstar level at $9.99. But with the pro level for $2.99, you get loyalty badges next to your name in the comments and live chats. You also get priority comments. So you see our Carl is a part of the conversation, not just Carl, JMO, other members. They are part of the conversation. That's that priority comments. And you get to join one chat. So all the chats that Dave discussed earlier, you get to join one. Now, you want to bump it up. You go to the all-star level for $4.99 a month. You get the same perk from the pro level, but you also get member-only videos. And we got another somewhat, we would call it refuse to lose and chill. We just talk about random topics. It could be, the last one we did was almost like 2 hours. And it was nothing but entertainment. Shout out to everybody that was able to join. Also, whoa now. Okay, there we go. We had to fix that right quick. But you get to join multiple chats. So not just only one chat, you get to join multiple chats. And you get to request a topic or segment nominee. So with this topics, that's one on the show. Has to be sports related. We're not gonna come on here and talk about your baby mama. All right, we're not doing that. It got to be sports related, unless she plays in the WNBA. But we still not gonna get into no gossip. That's all I'm saying. Now, segment nominees, we got Dave's Doghouse. Y'all know it's a show there as well, but you can hit up Dave, add somebody to the doghouse or to the dog yard. Or to the dog. Yeah, we're gonna say dog yard because I don't know about copyrights for the other name.
You got it.
Then you got Not So Average Top 5, and then you got your Done Son. And for the next tier, hold on. We got the superstar level, but we don't got the video up right now. So if you're not watching, cool. For the audio listeners, the superstar level, you get the same perks from the all-star level and the pro level, but you also get to join the R2L chat. You get to be a guest on the show. And you get to awards and plaques to the top performers. We have an episode that's out right now where you can actually, hold on, let's do this. Let's dress this up a little bit more. Boom. So you get to, we got the episode out now, but you actually see the awards and plaques. We actually did a live episode. All that is based upon the episode that you did and the numbers. We let the numbers talk for you all. We don't do no voting. The numbers will talk. Boom, my man. Thanks. And then you get member shout outs. So shout out to all the members that we have right now. And we're going to go up because I'm going to read these members because I can't tell you get the member shout out and don't shout you out. So shout out to Jerry. Shout out to Donnell, the big 3. That's Joe, Dave, and myself. You got Teddy, Cardo, Coach, Vaughn, and we want to say shout out to you too, because you got to become that superstar member. Dave, let's get back to talking about these Kings. Nah. We ain't doing that. Nah. So of course, is he back? He trying to find his way back.
He back.
What in the world is that? We talking about the Kings, man.
You're on mute, Joe.
And you're on mute.
Hey Teddy, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. I got the notification. I'm gonna go grab it real quick and show them live on the show. Thank you, Patriots. Appreciate you.
Patriots is buying everybody hats, man. But as you all know, the theme of the show is we've been talking about ceilings, and we talked about the winners from last night. Technically, we should have let Joe go first.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it is what it is. We got to talk about the ceiling for the Kings. They made vast improvements last season. Now they find themselves in a tough West. But this record last year had them in the top 3, top 5. Now they like scratching 6. Yo, what's your ceiling for this team?
Can I interrupt with some boxing news real quick? Al Heyman's PBC were reportedly willing to pay Canelo Alvarez his guaranteed purse for the Jamal Charlo fight in May, but only if he agreed to fight David Benavidez in September.
Ooh.
So this right here is pretty much saying that he ducked David Benavidez.
I mean, he's been running for a minute now.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. All right. What's the ceiling?
You don't got something so sad, man.
Having feet as hands.
He said, "Thank Juju for having." Oh, it's not. I didn't even see the last part.
That's funny.
All right. Oh, never mind. I read that wrong. Feet as hands. Okay. All right. So, Kings ceiling, man. Okay, the Kings ceiling. I'm not going to talk crazy. All right. But I would say the ceiling is Western Conference Finals. I would say that. But it depends on matchup, obviously. I feel like when I watch this Kings team, like the reason why I was mad last night after the Miami Heat game, it's not because we lost. It was a trap game. I was a little worried about that game. If we would have got blown out and we didn't put effort, then it's like, all right, it's not gonna happen in playoffs. Like it's a team we underestimated. The reason why I was upset because of the weaknesses they exploit in our team. What I've been saying about Sabonis, he's our limitation. Yes, he's Mr. Triple-Double, Mr. Double-Double, plays Miss Iron Man, plays every game. You know, like he's one of them guys you want your teammate. He gives effort every play. Like he's literally the opposite of Anthony Davis. Like he gets, you know what? I don't want to take a shot at Anthony Davis like that. You know, but he gives effort every single play. He don't take no plays off. You never look at him and say, "That's like, what? Are you even playing? Like, is he even playing?" You never ask yourself that question. So this man got
my bad.
So when we play team in the playoffs, his weakness will show. So because of that, I do think that we can be the experience that we witnessed last year with the Warriors is going to help us tremendously. And the main guy is going to help is De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox, he will book it, take his game to a different level in the playoffs. All right. De'Aaron Fox will have a better playoff this year than he did last year. And last year was really good. All right. I think he averaged 30. I think he averaged 30 against the Warriors. No, he didn't, because he had 14 the last game. But up until the last game, he had averaged 30. But so and a lot of guys in the playoffs are young. All right. OKC is young, Timberwolves are young, New Orleans are young. The Suns, the Suns are just injury riddled still with Bradley Beal. The two teams that I really worry about in the West are the Nuggets and the Clippers because of the experience they have, and they both had champions on their team. You know, so but the Mavericks, you know, I feel like we can win 2 rounds this year. We can win 2 rounds. But definitely I feel like we can get the first round. We have to get the first round. We gotta make that next level jump to get into this at least the second round. If we had second round exit, I can live with that. But I would say ceiling Western Conference Finals.
You know, what about the Pelicans? Because you know y'all always have a fight with them.
Yeah, and
Excuse me.
yeah, that's true, right? And I thought about that too, Tomo. But this is a regular season. You know, in a 7-game series, you get time to adjust on the fly. You get time to game plan. And even though Willie Green's a really good coach, I will give him that. I mean, they played the Suns hard 2 years ago. Was that 2 years ago? So, but we most likely we won't play the Pelicans. Pelicans are the 6th seed, we the 7th. So, most likely we won't be even seeing them dudes. Most likely.
Yeah, more right now, y'all in position to play OKC in the first round. You know, if y'all, of course, make the play-in.
We got to beat Dallas, which we haven't lost to this year yet, by the way. Just want to put out there, Kev. You know,
that's one Dallas team you have beat this year.
I should have bet some stuff with Kev. Get my stuff back from the Commanders.
Definitely should have. Definitely should have.
Yeah, for real.
For me, it depends on the matchup. I can see y'all getting out of the first round, but I don't know if that's the case where y'all stand at right now. I do know, I understand that OKC is a young team, but Sacramento is still young as well. You know, Sacramento is, so it's pretty much two young teams going up against each other. Now, the only thing is that this Sacramento team has playoff experience because they were in the playoffs last year.
Yes, sir.
So that's the thing that gives Sacramento the edge. So I can see why you can say that Sacramento can win that. But, you know, like I said, OKC is young as well. They have one of the best players that are being talked about right now in SGA. You got Chet, who's coming back, who's having a good rookie season, you know, because he was out last year after he got drafted. He didn't get to play a game at all. Lou Dort, you got some players on this OKC team that helps them be able to be where they are. They got a good system, good defense. So I think that can help them be able to get past Sacramento. But I wouldn't be surprised if Sacramento wins because of the playoff experience. You know, Fox is Mr. Clutch, especially when it comes to the fourth quarter. Just like he did last night, he stepped up in the fourth quarter, made some key buckets. But
and also, sorry, Dave, the issues that Sabonis have, OKC can present that issue to us.
Yeah, that was another thing I was going to say.
Chat too small.
Now, if you happen to drop and be the 8th seed and go against Minnesota, I don't think y'all can win that. I think their size would be a problem for y'all. That's the only thing. Now, if you happen to get into, like, let's say Phoenix becomes the 4 seed and y'all become the 5 seed, I think y'all got a good chance to be Phoenix. But I don't know. I think y'all have to fight to get a better seeding. That's what I feel like y'all have to do. Because I'm not sure if y'all get out the first round just because of where y'all are right now. But like I said, the only team in out of the top 2 teams, I do see y'all being able to beat OKC. So I definitely can see at least a second round, you know, appearance. But second round, that's when you play against. You have to play. Well, if you beat OKC in the second round, then you have to play against like the Denver or somebody like that. So I don't know. Just because of where you are right now, I don't know if you get to the Western Conference Finals just because of where you are at this moment. If y'all were the 3 seed, then I think you have a better chance to get there.
Yeah, no, I agree with that because right now, if it stays in place, yeah, okay, see, I got that. But Denver, they fighting for that home court advantage. They like it's literally a game or 2 away. Okay, so you could lose 2. Like, y'all don't want to play Denver in the first round. That'll be 2 years in a row where you had to go up against juggernauts in the first round. And that's just saying if y'all stay where y'all at. Now, if y'all move up, I agree with you. I mean, I can see Western Conference Finals, but my ceiling for you all is conference semifinals. And the basement, like you said, first round exit, just based upon what you got now. I'm really upset, and I think you agree with me on this one, though, Joe, is that y'all didn't make a move at the trade deadline to actually get some size. Like, y'all do need a rim protector. Right? I know how Sabonis plays, but you do need you need a rim protector. And that's what kind of hindered y'all last year a little bit when y'all was going up against, well, not really against the Warriors, but if you was to make it to the next round to play the Lakers, I believed in y'all to beat the Lakers. But again, that would have been one of the issues was the size. Now, if you go up against Minnesota, what's the question? Do we have the size? If you go up against like when y'all play against the Pelicans, that's the same thing y'all told me on the show. Was like it's just something about that team. So I think that's the one missing piece. If y'all don't get out of the first round, that y'all need to go get you over that hump, so you all could make another deeper run in the playoffs. So for me, like I said, I think it's conference semifinals. That's the ceiling and basement, first round exit. But
yeah, I ain't mad at y'all, but De'Aaron Fox, man, probably the most underrated point guard in the NBA.
disrespect.
He's so disrespected. There's no other point guard play as hard as him on both sides of the ball, and he doesn't get no recognition for it. But it's fine, you know. Like, and then also facts. I said facts. Fox, he turns around games on both sides of the ball. Also, like the Clippers game I mentioned to y'all. Like he got caught, he got hit with a tech, and he literally strapped James Harden 2 possessions in a row, and got 3 buckets in a row. You know, so and then the whole game was over after that. So that's the type when I called James probably like last week, and I was watching highlights from final playoff last year, and I said, J-Mo, has Steph Curry ever lost a playoff game when he was hot? And he was like, nah. I said, look no further. He lost last year in game 1. You know why? Because Fox matched them. Steph was hitting crazy threes. I'm like, dang, gosh. I mean, contested threes. He was going crazy. But Fox responded every time. So Fox is going to show people this year in the playoffs who he really is. And I hope we match up with another matchup like a SGA or I mean, I guess that's it, right? I hope we play OKC in the playoffs because I feel like we match up good with them because the chat is so small. But I want to see Fox and SGA go at it, and I think SGA is better, but people got them like this, like Fox is all the way down here, and SGA is like all the way up here.
I don't think it's that big of a gap. I don't think it's that big of a gap. I do think SGA is better, but I don't think it's that big of a gap.
I see how you saying. I see what you're saying about the media and how they look at it, but I don't think I'm with Dave.
People in the chat too. I'll tell you that right now. People in the chat for that way. I promise you, because SGA is a great scorer. That's why it's his scoring ability, his bag. You know what I mean?
He is better offensively without a doubt.
He's a great scorer.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna see. That's all I gotta say.
Do y'all play them again?
I mean, we did beat them twice already. They beat us once. I don't think we play them again.
Yeah, because y'all not in the same division, right?
Nah.
Okay.
We don't play them again. So
you got the series 2-1.
You know, we can still see them in the first round. If we get that 6th seed, they could be the third seed. The Nuggets coming, y'all. By the way, they moving up them standings.
They're not playing.
Yeah.
They want that home court.
By the way, we beat the Nuggets 3 times too. So, like those are like I'm saying, against the good teams, we beating them. You know what I mean? It's just when we play these.
My whole thing when it comes to season series, it don't matter come playoff time.
It don't.
Because that happened with the Miami Heat when we had LeBron and Wade. Because we were losing season series to the Bulls and to the Celtics, but when it came playoff time, we got them out the door. So
you're right. It's just that when you watch the games, you can see how y'all match up, though. You know, and like we haven't lost to the Mavericks, and we haven't played the new Mavericks yet, though, with Gafford and them. But the Mavericks, I'm confident we play the Mavericks, we can beat them because we match up good against them. You know what I mean? Like they rely too much on Luka and Kyrie. You know, and but like Tomo said, the Pelicans gave us problems. I was at the Clippers too, but the Clippers caught us when they were like when they finally clicked it with James Harden. That's when they caught us, and we were like playing terrible basketball at that time of the year, you know. So I really can't tell with the Clippers how we gonna be. And the Timberwolves, we beat the Timberwolves when they was undefeated at home, and we gave them their first L, and that was an NCAA tournament game, playoff atmosphere. You know, so that was a different atmosphere when we beat the Timberwolves, and then they beat us at home like 2 weeks later. So And Fox was clutch. I'll play Anthony Edwards, but nobody on hear that though.
Man, I feel bad for teams in the West because they don't get the some of them teams don't get the proper shine that they deserve. Just because of how late some of them games are, and how good the conference is.
Teddy, this is what you failed to realize. We've lost season series to a bunch of teams in the regular season, and we beat them in the playoffs. So what you're saying does not amount to what you're trying to say right now.
With the Bulls swept y'all last year, y'all beat them in the play-in.
Exactly.
Come on,
the
Lord.
Bulls swept us last year. We beat them in the play-in. Y'all beat us in the regular season. We beat y'all in the playoffs. Like, come on, Teddy. You're not paying attention to what I'm saying. You're just saying
He not listening, Lord. He not listening. See that last year when we played Braun in them?
It's just that Celtic brain in your head that's not listening. Like, come on, bro. You're not paying attention. We lost in the regular season series to the Knicks and to the Bucks, and we beat all of them. We beat all the teams we lost in the regular season. We beat them in the playoffs and got to the finals. Like, come on, bro. You're not listening.
Tell them,
you're not listening.
You said including the Celtics too, right?
Yes, including the Celtics. We lost the regular season series to all of them, and we beat all of them in the playoffs. It don't matter.
Tokyo
with Kyle Lowry, Lord.
We got a different roster too, Teddy. We got a different roster too. That don't mean anything.
Yeah,
the roster we had last year wasn't the roster we had when we beat y'all in 2020. Like, come on, bro. You're not making sense right now.
T. Come on, T. You're not listening, T.
Let him cook.
Like I said, now. It don't matter. Regular season series don't matter. Playoffs is when it matters the most.
Let him cook.
You're not even putting the comments on the screen. You just talking back to them. Yeah. People are like, who are you talking to?
This is who I'm talking to. Teddy. T. Merck. Yeah. BWT, Mr. Baseball with Teddy. Make sure you tune into a show tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Tune in, Lord.
Let him cook.
Hey, I ain't gonna. That definitely sound like when Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett be going at. He was like, "Nah, we would have beat them." He was like, "What you talking about, Pete? That year was different. Braun and them came in. They was different. He dropped the 45 on us, and we had to go home, Lord."
All right, let's get out of here. It was a great show, man. My last words, Teddy, man, appreciate you, man, with the hat. You know what I mean? I appreciate it.
We showing our Patriots gear? Hold on, I'll be right back. We showing our Patriots gear.
See, I ain't got nothing to show off.
Oh, you funny this time.
I ain't got nothing to show off because I lost a bet, and he got a Celtic shirt from me.
Oh, you got that? Oh, you got that hat from him? I know that.
This is because of y'all game.
Oh, we're gonna. Thank you, Sam House.
Man, the NFC East turned up off the Patriots.
Yeah, cause I don't have nothing commander wise except for jerseys, you know, and nobody wear football jerseys no more. Like, so this is really good. I get to show New England who I really like. They won't be asking me no more. Am I a Patriots fan? So, but appreciate you, Teddy. Shout out to the whole network. Shout out to everybody in all the chats. Shout out to all the viewers that view this show, that view all the shows. Mad Kings, let's go, man. Listen. I was mad yesterday. I was doing some yelling. I understand. Sabonis, forgive me, but you gotta get better, bro. You gotta shoot that midi. But De'Aaron Fox, I heard my man Steve Smith. I think it was Smitty, my man Smitty, during the broadcast last night. All he kept saying was, "I need Fox with the ball in his hands. I need Fox to be aggressive. We need Fox. We need Fox." That's all he was saying all night. So go back and watch that again. You're going to hear it. Be more aggressive. I've been saying that all year. And nope, P.Y. disrespecting you once again. You're turning up since the All-Star break. I forgot what he had last night, how many points. But he turned up again. But when we get to these playoff spots, take it to a new level, man. You learn from your mistakes. You face Steph Curry, the best point guard in the league. Show him who it is this year. And Commanders, free agency coming up. You got that bread. They scared, man.
Scar.
Hey.
Oh, you saw that?
Kyle Shanahan.
Ooh, this ought to be good.
Please do something this offseason and make the right decision to hire the right DC. Now, I know what I said earlier about Brandon Staley.
Oh, man.
I won't be upset if we hire him.
Why?
Because the one season that he was as a DC when he was with the Rams, they were number one in points. number 1 in passing, number 3 in rushing, and number 1 overall in yards. So
You said, well, who again?
it was with the Rams.
Okay.
He was the DC with the Rams when they won this. I think they won the Super Bowl too, or I don't know. I can't remember, but he was the DC. So if that's what he bringing, cool. But if he bringing what he did in LA, no, heck no. But there are 2 other people that we plan on interviewing, but they're not saying who they are. But I have a good idea of who they would be. But let's see what happens. Jimmy Butler, back from suspension tonight, playing against the Trailblazers. So let's get another dub. Let's get a 5-game win streak so I can go into RBO tomorrow and, have that to talk about. But hey, I mean, even that's 4 of our last 5 games we won. So I feel pretty good right now. But let's go Miami Heat.
So wait. Let me think of something right quick. This is part of my last words. If y'all get Staley, Bosa brother played for the Chargers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they about to cut him.
They're actually talking about trading him as well.
Okay, cut, trade, whatever. All I know is if Staley goes to the 49ers, they better not tag them brothers up, man. They better not team them up.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can see it happening. When you talking about don't bring what you brought from LA, I can see that happening.
It's possible.
Tell me I won't worry about
possible.
Chase Young.
I think they'll be okay with that.
I will be fine. We'll be perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it really wouldn't matter to us, especially if Joey Bosa is who we're getting out of that. So we wouldn't be worried about that.
Yeah,
He's been hurt last 2 years, though.
He has, but I mean, if you look at our team has been injury riddled the last few seasons, and it hasn't mattered. We still at least got into the NFC Championship game. So.
Yeah, that was more so once you said that, Dave, it kind of made me think of my last one. Because when you talk about NFL free agency as a Cowboy fan, I have nothing to say. I just want to see what's going to happen. So, hey, everybody who's tuned in and stay here this long, you can clip this up. Tomo is now Worm. Okay? I have nothing good to say about this team until they prove it to me. Worm, you can come on here and try to sway me the other way with all this all-in talk that Jerry Jones is saying. I don't believe nothing until I see them do something with the quarterback. And then after that, I don't believe nothing until I see them do something in the playoffs. That's it. And also, thanks for the hat, though. I'm going to still wear the hat.
I'm still with that. And also, Carl, it was a chat insider. And Tomo literally picked it up quick. Like, I didn't even know you saw it. Like, when I say they scared. But that means we would get rid of it. Yeah. Yep. Well, you want to?
Yeah. I mean, technically, we didn't give up anything for Chase because whether we keep him or not, we get a 3rd round pick. So we gave up a 3rd round pick for him.
And we still get our pick too. From him. Sorry. I just want people to act like people know that. When you put it like that, make it seem like we just gave them up for free. To y'all eyes, it was
to
free.
Us, it's free
But
because
us,
we still get our 3rd round pick.
We still got something back too, so it's all good.
The gift that keeps on giving. Shout out to Chase, man.
Hey, Adam Peters knew he was going over there. He said, Shannon, come on, bro, listen. It's going to be a win-win. Trust me. You're going to thank me later. So,
I think we need we need some NFL and NBA GMs to go on Club Shay Shay and pull a Cat Williams. Like, tell us some of these stories.
I vote Howie. That's why I wanted to get on there. I need Ski Mask Howie to be up on there.
Hey!
I need to see what he got on all these other GMs for him to be getting all these draft picks.
That person they got in the arena, he might have to go in that thing after that shit. He be robbing people.
Man,
yeah,
I see Howie now.
How much Swift got last year? Golly. But all right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today, and we'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.